Hey guys, what's going on? Joel here, and welcome to Back in the Day, and welcome to a recent pickups video, one that I had promised, I don't know, within the last, like couple of weeks that I was going to do. So, my day off today, and I figured, well, I am waiting for my phone to charge up before I go to the gym and work out. So, hey, I got some spare time, so I will go ahead and do a recent pickups video. Before I do that, I do kind of want to address the last video that I did, my rant about the gatekeepers and the elitists. Obviously, that's something that is very, like that type of video for me is not something that I usually do, not something that I would normally do. And, I really kind of got thinking about it after posting, and I kind of posted it in the heat of the moment. And I really wish that I didn't let things like that bother me. I mean, I honestly, it shouldn't bother me. And people are people. I mean, no matter what you do within walks of life, you're going to run across people, whether in real life or via the internet, that just want to be jerks for the sake of being jerks. But I want to apologize to you guys, anybody that I may have alienated. I understand some people, maybe it's just, not your cup of tea to watch a video like that, but certain people that do, usually comment on my videos didn't say anything, and I don't want to alienate anybody. I don't want this channel to turn into something that I never intended for it to be. I mean, Alpha Omega Sin was able to build his channel off of doing rants and things like that, and that's his style. And I certainly wasn't trying to copy that. I certainly don't want to go in that direction. But for me, it was just, I kind of felt, in the heat of the moment, it was something I wanted to get off my chest. And to me, in hindsight, it does seem a little bit juvenile. Like, oh, hey, I'm going to make a YouTube video blasting, negative comments on social media, which, in and of itself, is kind of juvenile. It's kind of stupid. But it wasn't, part of it was directed at the comments themselves, but also it was just really kind of like I've said, this elitist attitude that has become somewhat prevalent within the collecting community, and it does after a while. I mean, you read stories, you see it happening, but I guess when it happens to you, it's a little bit of a different situation. Maybe I wish maybe I'd handle it a little bit differently, but it is what it is. But like I said, I apologize to any of you guys that I may have alienated or made the video a little bit off-putting. So I would kind of like your feedback on it, if possible. Like, hey, don't do that. Because honestly, I've said this before. I want to keep my channel gaming. It's gaming related. That's why I subscribe to other channels, for the content that they provide. If they go off on other tangents of things that I don't, that aren't indicative of what that channel is supposed to be about, I don't watch, because it's, just not my thing. So anyways, enough of a rambling on that. I've got a lot of stuff to get into. It's actually been a pretty busy past couple of months for collecting. A lot of smalls, but I think quality stuff in terms of what I picked up. So enough of that, and into the pickups. So first off, I did get one peripheral. I did pick up a Wii U Pro controller. I've been playing the Wii U a lot lately. So the gamepad itself, it doesn't exactly have the longest battery life. I think 4 hours or so. So I did want to pick up another controller, and this is actually a very kind of comfortable controller. It takes a little bit of getting used to, because I'm so used to the PS4 controllers that, obviously with the analog sticks down here, I've gotten a little more used to them up here via the gamepad, but this is a little bit different. Once you get used to it, it's not too bad. I really like it for some of the games that I've been playing. But I was really happy that I picked this up, because I did want to get another controller. So, yeah. Only one retro game this time around, and that is Major League Baseball. This is actually, I picked this up like $12. It's funny, because we do have a new local game store that just moved in. It was funny because they bought out the inventory of our old game store, Video Game Exchange. They changed the name, I think it's called Revolution Games now, but they bought out most of the old inventory. So I went in, checked them out, and actually I used to work with the one guy that runs it. So I mean, so far, I mean, I wish them luck. Starting a game store up is, especially for the location that they put it in, is very very risky. But I mean, all the best of luck to them. But they had this for $12, and it's got a few little nicks and dings in it. However, it's almost complete. The only thing I'm missing is, which is on its way now, I had to purchase the instruction manual, but I mean, it's got the advert, poster, and the baggie, so everything looks to be in very nice shape. So picked that up for $12. Now I bought 2 Wii games. Picked up the Force Unleashed 2, which I had wanted. I played this on the PlayStation 3, and I really liked it. So I have not played it on the Wii U yet, or the Wii, so I'm certainly curious as to how it plays on that platform. But I did like it for the PlayStation 3. Also picked up Skyward Sword for the Wii, and this is complete as well, the soundtrack CD. Got this at Cartridges Galore for like $40, which after watching Ron Man's review of this on the Switch, I do want to get the Switch version, because I have heard that actually does play better than this. Like, I've heard that this one it's good, but the controls on it can be a little wonky, and they had actually improved upon those on the Switch version. So, but either way, I do like Zelda, and I have not played this, so I am looking forward to trying this out, whether it is the Wii version or the Switch. Okay, now for some kind of different pickups for me. I picked up Ocarina of Time 3D. And it's funny, the reason this is funny is because I don't have a 3DS. I did not pick these up for collectible purposes. I picked these up because I had a 3DS, traded it away when I got it for my Switch. I want to get my 3DS back because the 3DS has got some really quality titles on them, and this one I played and beat, really enjoyed this, and I wanted to play it again. So I was like, you know what, I'm going to start picking up some of these titles before they get too expensive. So picked that one up. Also picked up Majora's Mask 3D, which this was the first game that I bought when I bought my 3DS. And while I know that it's not a very long game, this was very off-putting for me. I liked it, but I hated it at the same time because of the whole backtracking aspect of, only having 3 days in which to complete it, and then having to constantly, play the ocarina to rewind time and whatnot. I do want to finish it, though, because, it is what playing it was a really good game. It just very odd. Something that I need to put more time into. Hopefully when I get a 3DS again, this will be put front and center for games to play. And then lastly on the 3DS, I did pick up Link Between Worlds, which this game was fantastic. I love this game. Obviously, I had marked this one as one of my top 10 games of all time. This one is actually still sealed. Weird though, like I bought it sealed for like $29, and then I looked, like it can be played on the US version, but it's actually the South American version, which I didn't even notice that until I got here, and I was like, that's weird. But yeah, I was really happy to get this. Hopefully, I get a 3DS within the next few months, year, whatever, so that I can go back and start reliving a lot of these good 3DS titles. So, all right, now into a pretty good haul of Wii U games. Give me a second here. I'm gonna take a sip of my coffee. So, first up, I picked up Darksiders II, which I had played on the PlayStation 3, but the game store, they still had this sealed, and I'm gonna leave this sealed. I will get a copy probably to play open. Now, like I've said before, between Darksiders and Darksiders 2, I've certainly preferred Darksiders, the first one. This one's good. I love the voice acting. I think Michael Wincott was fantastic as Death. And I do like, this one takes much more of a Celtic, I don't know, like, the landscape, the game's gorgeous. It absolutely looks fantastic, and the music is just unbelievable. But they added too much in terms of, like, RPG elements, and I would have preferred a straightforward, like, more streamlined Darksiders game. But, you know, even at that, I mean, it was still decent. It took me a year to complete it because I played it so sporadically. But yeah, I mean, I figured it was like $20, still sealed, and I was like, hey, you know what? The hell, I'll keep it sealed. Next up, Hyrule Warriors, which I had heard a lot about Hyrule Warriors, and was very much on the fence with this. Started playing it, and I do enjoy it. It's I like the mechanic. I've never played a Warriors game. I've heard like Dynasty Warriors is you know, kind of like relatively the same thing. So it's basically just this, but with Zelda. You know, truth be told, I think that it's really cool. I do enjoy it. I'm not all that far into it, but what I've been playing of it, I really like. So I picked up Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge, which I had played Ninja Gaiden Sigma on the PlayStation 3, and that game, the Ninja Gaiden games in general, I mean, like, they didn't let up on any of the difficulty when they started really releasing them. You know, obviously the first 3 Ninja Gaidens for the NES fall under the Nintendo Hard category, and these I messed around with this one a little bit, not a whole lot, but you know, just the few minutes that I played, like, the difficulty is still there. So, but I mean, it was like $5, so I figured to pick this up. Some of these games I picked up to kind of bolster my Wii U collection. Some of them I wanted to play, some of them, you know, just because. And I mean, we'll get into that more. But yeah, Ninja Gaiden 3, Razor's Edge. Then a game I did actually want, I'd been looking for, finally came across. It was like $10. Super Luigi U, which I know is more of a like a speedrun Mario game. I mean, I know it's Super Mario Brothers U, but with Luigi as the main protagonist, and I know that the time limits are like only like a minute and a half to complete each level, so kind of interesting. I did play around with a little bit. You know, it's not bad. Quite little game, I guess. But I figured, you know, I mean, hey, for 10 or 15, whatever the price was, you know, I figured I'd, you know, give it a shot. So, hey. Next up, we have Super Smash Brothers for the Wii U, and I played around with this just a little bit, and by a little bit, I mean like 10 minutes, if that. It was, you know, I was just getting ready for work, so I had very little time. I've not gone back to it. I've always said I like the concept of a fighter's game with Nintendo characters. The controls on it, though, are a little weird and will take some getting used to. Now that I have the Pro Controller, it might make it a little bit easier to play this. But I do love the cast of characters. I mean, some of them, obviously I know who they are. Others, I haven't a clue because they're from games that I've never played. But yeah, Super Smash Brothers. Next up, Star Fox Zero, and this is still, as you can see by the price tag on it, it was $18, but it's still sealed, and I'm going to keep it that way. So it means it has the bonus disc Star Fox Guard. So I mean, here as you can see, I'm not going to really get into it. I've heard that this one is actually not that good of a Star Fox game. That in terms of Star Fox games, that the Star Fox games on the GameCube are actually much better. But you know, I mean, either way, I thought this was it was kind of cool to pick up for the price. You know, yeah, not really much to say about it, unfortunately. Up next, now one that I have been playing a lot, and I did pick up Breath of the Wild. This was really kind of what got me back into the Wii U. Now, I had mentioned before I had played this on the Switch, and I got very overwhelmed. And I thought all right, you know what? I'm going to take a step back. Let me try this again. And I honestly, this game is fantastic. I've gotten much, much farther than I had when I had played it on the Switch, and I've really been enjoying it. I've tried to throw the whole... I mean, and there is it can be somewhat overwhelming because of how much there is to do, but I love the fact that you can just play this at your own pace. And it is cool because there is so much to do. I mean, I am at this point... I have one Divine Beast left to finish, and then I can go fight Ganon. I've already got the Master Sword, I've got the Hylian Shield, but it's like there's so many other things that I want to do in this game before I beat Ganon. Like I don't necessarily want to 100% it, but there's so much other cool stuff that I want to do. Like I don't want the experience to end. I really enjoy it. So I'm glad that I picked this up. It's really revitalized my love of Zelda. I mean, not that I ever disliked Zelda, but Zelda is very quickly becoming one of my favorite franchises. I've always enjoyed the Zelda games, but it really is starting to solidify it as like, wow, this is just amazing. So yeah, glad to have that. Then I also, on a whim, because I wanted to, I thought about it, I did pick up Twilight Princess HD. I had started playing through Twilight Princess, the Wii version, and I had heard that really this went back to the mechanics of the GameCube, where, because I had heard that, you know, like basically the Wii version, like they had to flip it because most people are right-handed and Link was supposed to be left-handed, so this is actually like this in the GameCube way, or the actual correct way of playing the game. But I mean, either way, I had started playing through this just because it looks beautiful, looks absolutely beautiful, and I always loved Twilight Princess. I mean, it's still one of my favorite Zelda games. So, and I do like the aspects with, you know, the different things that you can do with the gamepad, with the inventory and such. The only thing that I'm, you know, and with the Pro Controller, I thought it had the gyroscope in it, but apparently it does not. So, and I do like the motion control with the gamepad. But I mean, I'm going to play it a little bit more with the Pro Controller and kind of, you know, see if I can get a little more accustomed to that. So, all right, and then also picked up Yoshi's Woolly World. This is sealed. I've heard that this is a really good game, but I'm going to leave it sealed. I love the look of it. I love how, you know, Yoshi is just a big fuzzy yarn ball, and I mean, like, I know that it's essentially, you know, Yoshi's Island, but you know, kind of a sequel of that, playing off of that. But I would like to play this, but I want to keep this version sealed, so I'll probably get another copy to play. But you know, this was like this and Star Fox and Darksiders. That was what was left over of the inventory of Video Game Exchange from when it had closed down and Revolution purchased it. So I figured, you know, hey, I'm you know, pick up some sealed stuff and keep it sealed, because I mean, obviously at some point, I mean, this stuff is going to start, you know, going up in price and being a little more collectible, and then maybe I'll go the Good Vibe route and I will unbox it and I'll unseal it, you know, 20 years down the road. So there's that. And then the final game that I got was Zombie U. And the reason I purchased this, first off, it was only like $5. And second off, when I had my PlayStation 4, for a very short period of time, I was part of the, I think it was PlayStation Plus. I had that. And you could download, as long as you kept PlayStation Plus, you could download games. So they had like, you know, 2 games a month for free that you could download. And one of them was actually this, but it was just called Zombie. And I was playing through it, and it was very interesting first-person perspective, survival horror. Very difficult. You know, it was interesting, you know, every time you die, you start off as a new character, but you've got to go back and find where you left your knapsack and pick it back up. But you know, an interesting game nonetheless. I will probably start playing through it again. I did start playing through it a little bit, but it's, you know, it's one of those that you have to kind of, you can't go in all guns blazing, because obviously in a post-apocalyptic zombie nightmare, you know, everything is limited. Ammo, food, all that stuff. So, I mean, it is very much a stealth style game. So, holy crap, looking at the timer on this has been a long video. So, alright guys, thank you so much for watching. Hope you enjoyed my recent pickups, and I'll get back into the unboxings here in the next couple of weeks or so. As I've been putting out a lot of videos. And I will, at the request of a lot of people, I will probably be doing the unboxing of the Super Nintendo. So, once again guys, thank you so much for watching, and if you like it, make sure and hit the like button, subscribe, comment, whatever you guys want to do. So, we'll see you guys on the next video, and until then, you guys take it easy.